Okay, welcome to our Christmas episode. I'm
It's time for Hanukkah.
wow.
Put on your yarmulke. It's time for Hanukkah.
Here is Mr. How can we make Claus into a Jewish name? You have to do it so I don't sound racist.
Claus kind of sounds Jewish. Klausman.
This is me
Oh, Mrs. Claus.
looking at my Mr. Claus.
Right.
I wonder if he's going to put anything nice under the tree.
Put on your yarmulke. It's time for Hanukkah.
I need to actually listen to
Hanukkah is the same day as Christmas this year. We're having a real Christmaka.
I know, I didn't believe her because she's always saying shit that...
What do you mean I'm always saying shit?
Babe, you are. You know it, okay?
Am I going to get headphones?
No, I just was checking you. Do you want headphones?
No,
Do you
I like your
having-
sweater.
Do
Wait,
you?
what happened to the eyes on the other guy?
They fell off. He's blind. He lost
Nothing.
two.
Shout out to the blind community. That's why podcast's so
know.
good. You can be blind and enjoy the podcast.
Literally, it's for your ears. Give him a honk.
Honk, honk.
Give him a honk. Ah, babe! Molestation. Just kidding. Give him a honk.
Honk.
Okay. Well, I am excited for Christmas. I feel like I need to get you one more thing by the time
Me too. You know what?
we
I'm
leave on
just...
No, but I thought, why are we doing this to each other? Because I
Why
thought
are we getting so much? No,
I
we're
know.
really
I
not.
feel like we should stop. If you think you have to get me one more thing, and I think I have to get you,
Let's
I don't
just
think
stop.
we should.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Was your thing expensive?
No.
Okay, you can get it.
Well, I don't think I can get it.
Oh, right, because it's like, yeah. I wonder if Amazon delivers to the country.
Doesn't. I don't have
Okay.
an address.
Well, that's it. But one thing you guys, well, a couple things you guys might not know about Rob is she.
I got to stretch.
She's got to stretch. This is, you can't, babe, why don't you stretch on camera?
No.
Why? She does have to do her stretches. I think it's an anxiety thing. And sometimes she'll plug both her ears and take a big deep breath. It just helps. Wait, can I do it with you? It helps center you.
Yeah, when you take a deep breath and you block your eyes and ears, you can focus on it a little more.
Yeah. Good point. And okay, so a couple of things you might not know about Robby is
I had no idea this is what we're
she
getting into.
loves Christian music
I do.
and she loves Christmas.
Love Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows last year I gave up Hanukkah.
Well, does everybody know? And
Well,
what do you
yeah,
mean
I
give
did a
up
big Christmas.
Hanukkah?
I bought such nice
Oh.
decorations, love.
Oh, yeah, that's what you mean. I know mine has no problem staying. I don't know what the deal is.
I
I know you really did.
Yeah. It's just
Do you regret it? Because now,
no,
do you
because
feel
now
like
I have
it's
the
a hassle?
decorations. We're gonna go up. We're gonna buy the tree. I like the whole idea.
Yeah.
Christmas, they just nailed it with Christmas. It's got nothing to do like there's just nothing doing for Hanukkah. And some people lie and they say,
Well,
"Oh,
I feel like
don't you
it
get
is-
a gift every day?" It's like not really.
Right, it's just a candle every day.
It's a
You're like,
candle.
okay, this isn't a gift. I sometimes feel like Christmas is burdensome, especially when you're surrounded by a bunch of people. Like when I was on Denver Broncos cheer, you had to get a Christmas present for literally everybody.
No.
And your
It's just
family.
you.
Right. I feel like I like Christmas now that it's just you. I'm not getting my family anything. They don't know yet.
Zero.
But it's like, because I also like don't want anything really from them. Not because I don't love them, but it's like, let's save it. That's not what the Christmas spirit's about.
No, it's about me and you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, so we made a rule that we're doing one big gift, and then like smaller for stocking or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I do feel bad because you got me the swimsuit.
The swimsuit. So I did give her a pre-gift,
Yeah.
which was part of the gifts.
Yeah.
So I got her a pre-gift.
We went to
Burberry
Cabo. Yeah. And on the
swimsuit.
airplane, it was so sweet.
Well, you were working on the airplane, and the
I
flight was
know.
short. I was like, if I don't give it to her on this airplane, I'm going to explode.
Yeah, she was so antsy. Normally, you do not give two fucks about what I'm doing on the airplane because you're so busy in your own world. It's actually, like, I wish we were, when we first started dating, we would play the movie at the same time. We would really
You
connect.
were working, babe.
I know,
I
but
was
you work
wanting
a
to
lot,
connect,
too. There's
but then
something
I
in our
was wanting-
relationship
no,
that
not on the plane.
flipped. Yeah.
Not on
we
the
got
plane.
comfortable with each other, I guess.
No, but not on the plane. I wanted to have connecting, and I wanted to give you the bathing
Well,
suit.
yeah. Well, no, she was acting so weird. I was like, what does she want from me? Like, so bad. I'm a busy girl. That's actually something I want to talk about, too. But,
Getting a text.
I finally put down my work, and then she gave me a gorgeously wrapped, what looked like a paper bag on the outside, but it was tied with a ribbon, and I opened it up. Babe, can you not?
I just got summoned to the jury.
For what jury? Babe, can you not, please?
Babe, I have jury duty.
No,
It's kind of my
they
dream.
email it now?
No, my sister just got a letter for me.
Okay, well, when is it?
Well, I'm going to be on a jury. Maybe I'll be on the new Menendez trial. I'd love.
Are they having a new trial?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I thought.
Maybe I'll do Luigi Mangione. I'd love that.
Here we go.
You know what? I would release him no matter what. I would say there's no proof.
You know what he's charged? He's charged with, like, you probably know, whatever, first-degree murder and, like, the terrorism account. Or,
Perfect.
Like,
I would, to get on the jury, I'd be like, I've never heard of United Health or this Luigi. Is that Mario Brothers? Or
right, because you don't want any bias.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I can't imagine any judge selecting me as a part of the jury.
No, I don't think you would.
But I really want to be on any sort of a jury, small or large case. But I don't see myself getting past.
No, I don't think so. One time I was selected for a jury and it was actually a medical malpractice case, and we were like, how I remember it in my head is we were literally sitting in the jury box and they were like, does anybody have anything to say or any bias? Now is your last chance. And I was like, I'm trying out to be a Denver Broncos cheerleader. I think this is actively going to get in the way of my preparation. So this is my plea to be let go, and they let me go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, you could have said you were a nurse.
Right.
Because you could have been like, as a nurse, I tend to side with whatever.
Yeah.
Because you're
no, I
working
think
in the
at that
medical.
point I did kind of want to be, but like not because of Broncos, but because like I did know a lot about malpractice, and to actually see someone be sued for it, I was like, ugh. I don't know if you see this all the time. Did you listen to Dr. Death, the podcast?
No.
He was like, he faked his way through med school. He was like, he was doing surgeries, like somehow scammed his way through med school, through residency, just had like self-printed certificates, like everything was a lie. He just like he killed people.
I know, it's terrible, but you got to respect the hustle.
No, I don't.
You got to separate
He's
the
a
art from the
narcissist.
artist.
Yeah, there's no art.
You got to separate the art from the artist.
I don't know. What do you think about Luigi?
I mean, there's so much to think about Luigi. I'm happy. You know, a lot of people, like, I'm obviously on the side of the people, always have been. I think really the best thing to come out of whatever side you stand, Luigi, what he did was right, wrong, whatever it is, the conversation's happening. There's
right.
no argument that a conversation to this level that is nonpartisan, that is not.
Yeah, really, people from other countries are like, wow, who would have thunk this united America?
Yeah.
But also, I think, like, I saw on Instagram, obviously, some backlash where Reddit and TikTok, I think, are, like, more left-leaning. And everybody's, like, a new headshot gets posted of Luigi and they're, like, smash.
Yeah.
Like, they, But I think, like, I've seen some things on Instagram that they're just, like, how could you say this? But I feel like it's also just, like, kind of right-wing media. You cannot deny that this CEO has killed many people.
But I don't think right wing. I don't think this has been right wing, left wing. I think
or
it's
I
one
guess
of the few
mainstream media on like Fox, CNN. Not right wing, because this is something that is united.
Yeah, exactly. This is of the people. This is for the first time people are getting together by virtue of their class rather than the political affiliation. Healthcare is beyond the scope of politics. I would, even though this can be seen as a political act of violence, I think the actual greater political act of violence is insurance companies operating like a cartel with pharmaceutical companies and the government to withhold, deny, depose people's claims, and they're using politics in their favor. They have lobbyists and all that. I think this felt more like an anarchist.
Yeah.
You know,
like a coup.
This like more of like an anarchist move than a political move, which is, I guess, political. I said it better the other day, or I had the thought better in my head the other day.
Yeah.
Bottom line, a lot of people are trying, the media is trying hard not to report people's feelings about this. Because they have stake. They're intertwined
they don't,
with corporate greed in America. So, there's a slant going on now that, he grew up wealthy and he went to a rich school. I'm happy he grew up wealthy and then still stood up for the people.
Right.
To me, that's like a Moses move. That's not, I'm happy we didn't lose another poor guy.
Yeah.
How many poor have we already lost? He took it out for the team, and the team was greater than him.
Well, and also, like, I think that there's kind of it almost takes somebody, and he had like bad back pain and stuff. So, and I felt like whatever, maybe he wasn't getting the care. So he had experienced it firsthand. A lot of people haven't experienced it. It's just something that gets taken out of your paycheck every month. Like when I was a nurse, it's like, okay, yeah, you need healthcare or else you're going to be taxed. I didn't actually know, like, I just thought it's the way it was. Sometimes you don't have enough education to really question it.
Right.
But now it's like, it's whatever. It's like not to deduce it to this, but it's like awareness. Like I had no idea about the CEO of United Healthcare and how much they were denying people's claims and in fact killing people by not treating like their illnesses and stuff. So
it's like killing by neglect. It's like if you leave a kid in a hot car, and they die, you killed them.
Well,
you're liable
this
to
is
me.
what health insurance is for.
Yeah,
like we have
and it's mandatory.
Exactly.
It's also something you have to purchase healthcare insurance in this country, and then it doesn't work. So it's like if it's not going to work, I'd rather not buy it and take my shot at when I need something, paying it anyway, which happens for 30%.
An option in other countries? Well, in other countries, it's free.
It's free.
Are we the only one?
We're the only wealthy nation to not
that doesn't
offer that.
have. Okay.
We're the only first world country to not offer it.
I mean, is there a way? I guess Mark Cuban. Like, is there a way to somehow still make money? And we have to. Whatever, we're a capitalist country. We have to make money off of everything. But is there a way to still do it ethically?
Yeah, well, no, I don't think that I really
but
don't think.
Pharmaceuticals, maybe not free. I mean, yeah, because
I don't
think everyone...
healthcare can be profit motivated. There's certain things like the roads and bridges. We don't want bridges to be profit motivated because you go over a bridge where they didn't feel like they got the right money, and good luck to you passing that fucking bridge. There are certain things that should collectively come out of the money that we collectively raise, which is our taxes. It's not like we don't have the money to do it, except what that tax dollars now, how this works, and people just are opening up to it, is how the healthcare system works in this country is that all of us raise taxes and give it to the government, and the government, through subsidies and write-offs and all this stuff, subsidizes the healthcare industry, not the people. It should just... Insurance companies are basically paid as a middleman between healthcare and people. And I think when you incorporate profits in that, you're incentivized to keep people sick, to deny their claims, to charge them the most possible amount for healthcare that they need. Yeah. It's just, it's immoral. And it's not necessary. We have the money. We raise, the whole point of raising of money through taxes is that we take that money, we do social programs with it. building roads and public schools and hospitals and healthcare. We have more than enough money. If people weren't grab bagging it, if rich companies weren't taking that money,
Yeah.
and you know, it's like they're double dipping all the time. We give them money to not help us.
I feel like Theo Vaughn with Bernie Sanders right now.
Yeah, well, anyway, I'm not well spoken. You probably
No,
should
you
ignore
are.
all this. No, because
No,
I had
stop,
it better
babe.
articulated.
You really
in
are.
other-
No,
when
that's
this
why.
first
That's
happened,
why I
was-
wanted to ask, because I knew, obviously, I knew you. Well, who's not involved, but I know you particularly like justice.
Yeah, well, I think, like, listen,
And you
if
like a
peaceful-
case. You like a case.
if
You're
peace-
always on long
yeah.
crime. But I'm just saying that because I don't totally know. Like, I was lost a couple times. I could have followed, but also, you know, when Theo Vaughn had all of those political people on, and he just could not keep up.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should be afraid to ask dumb questions.
I know, but I actually didn't explain how healthcare works in the system.
Well, that's the thing, is that it's not easy to understand, which is the whole point.
No, but
it's
I did have it articulated very well the other day.
Okay.
And so that's when I
That's
just need a
okay,
second to
babe.
think about it. Let me
Okay.
think about it.
Okay.
Healthcare. Here, let's just look it up because it doesn't work.
Okay.
In Canada and in other countries, it works that you pay taxes,
Yeah.
and then they just fund all the hospitals and all the medications, and you get everything. It comes out of your tax dollars.
Yeah. So
Here,
you don't
that's
even
not
have
the case.
copays.
Your tax dollars go to pharmaceutical companies.
They do.
So let me just look
Well,
up.
no, that was a question. I didn't know they do, because what's up with all the copay? Nardo smells funny again. Obviously, I hate hangovers, and I try not to drink much because I know the inevitable hangover/anxiety will be waiting to attack the next day. Do you regret all of your life choices? Yes. Does everyone hate you? Most definitely. Just remember, this is only the anxiety talking, and you will feel better in about 2 to 3 business days, but who has the time? I've tried everything. Hydrate IV, mix in water does absolutely nothing. Only 1 martini and a glass of red. Nothing. And then there was something, Z-Biotics pre-alcohol. Their probiotic was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. This is a proactive solution that wards off feeling miserable the next day instead of a reactive approach like drinking electrolytes or eating greasy food. I actually have had Z-Biotics many times, and I honestly swear by them. I can just have a more productive day the day after, like actually getting out of bed and even getting some work done. I kept hearing about pre-alcohol and wondered what it was actually like. Now that I've tried it, I get why everyone is talking about it. And with their GMO technology, Z-Biotics is continuing to invent probiotics that will help with everyday challenges of modern living. Go to zbiotics.com/GabbyWindy to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use Gabby Windy at checkout. Z-Biotics is backed with a 100% money back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/GabbyWindy and use the code GabbyWindy at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, Z-Biotics, for sponsoring this episode and our good times. And maybe we can recap our Cabo trip a little when we're switching gears. On Reddit, it's like everyone is making up fake alibis for him and photoshopping him into like their selfies all across the world. They're like, actually, he was helping me with my family shop in Germany on December 8th or whatever day it was at between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Like, wow.
I had it. Because there are people who are...
It's okay, babe. Let's talk about. It's okay. No, I
Bottom
appreciate
line,
you.
bottom line, all systems.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are mad that Luigi Mangione took justice in his own hands, that he should go through the systems
that
we have
you
in place.
that you shouldn't like kill somebody. Like somebody doesn't need to die in order to get your point across.
Yeah, or that he took justice into his own hands. He should do justice through the system, which, by the way, he's going to be in court, and he will face the judicial system for the crimes that he committed. No question. Which how many people don't? How many people aren't looked into? How many people die and they're poor and nobody cares to give their perpetrators a trial? So that's another thing. But a lot of people say, oh, he took justice in his own hands. He should do it with the system. When the system excludes you, you have no system. The judicial system excludes most of us. If you are sick and you need health care and your insurance denies you, you don't have a system that works for you anymore. You are out of the system. They have effectively kicked you out of the system. So healthcare system isn't working for you. You're not in the system. We are not a part of the government. The government has long ago
who do you contact?
started
Are you
working.
going to sit on the phone with customer service?
Yeah.
It's like there's just like no way.
You know, the government long ago has given up working for the people. It works for companies. Lobbyists.
Well, that's what they said about
the
part of
government.
the problem with United Health is that like 40% of their customer service calls was AI.
Yeah.
And you actually couldn't even get a hold of anyone. So people who are trying to like...
You're out of the system. You're not included. You're not thought about.
You're not getting
the
anywhere.
thing is that the government long ago abandoned the people and it started working for companies. Companies hire lobbyists, which are people to convince government officials to give them money instead of people. A company like Amazon goes in and says, we need $10 billion. Trust me, we'll trickle it down. We'll give it to all our employees. We'll actually hire more people. If you give us this money, it lets us invest in here, here, and here, and we'll hire more jobs.
Well,
and
how are they still falling for it,
trickle
though?
down.
It's like they don't... This has been going on for so long, so how are people still
United
doing
Health
it?
does this. Everybody does it. So not only do they get money back from our tax dollars, they also charge us premiums every month.
Yeah, no, but expensive premiums, by the way. I'm paying like $300 a month, which I'm sure people probably pay more, but it's wild.
It's insane. The system should work as any other civilized country works.
And
you have taxes. It's so simple. Why is it so complicated, American healthcare? Because it's on purpose.
No,
it's so simple.
It's
how it should work.
It's a business. It's capitalism.
Simple. It should be simple. How does it work? You pay taxes, you get healthcare. The government subsidizes.
Right. We're just so fucked.
We pool our money together.
Also, as a nurse, I think this as healthcare workers, as a nurse, I was also, I think, getting $75, $100 out of each paycheck to pay. I barely made any money.
No, it's
all my
insane.
money was going to health
Nurses
insurance.
free healthcare.
Literally free healthcare.
You work there.
And I had to pay a copay every time I went to the doctor, $35. And for like the dermatologist, it was like $50.
It's like when I worked at a store and we had a uniform.
Test. Yeah.
And they made us buy our uniform. Bitch, you buy me my uniform.
I was thinking about that the other day too. I'm like, buying scrubs was so expensive actually as a nurse.
You had to buy your own scrubs.
Yeah.
That's abysmal.
I know. No, it's terrible. They're treated like hell.
Why do you need scrubs?
Because you're spilled with blood and guts.
Yeah.
That you don't want like on your own.
Yeah.
You know, clothes. Okay, well,
I hope you cut that
anyways.
into something that's manageable because I don't know. I feel weird. Like we might have to re-record that.
We don't have to re-record it.
I'm just telling you that I feel like I didn't explain it well.
No, I
basically
was just,
healthcare works like a cartel.
I meant that I'm the dumb one.
No, you're not. You're the smart one.
No, and I'm like interviewing like a politician.
Healthcare works like a cartel. The government, the healthcare insurance companies, and the pharmaceutical companies are in cahoots together. And you are not in that system. You are not a part of that people. Mm-hmm. People are the one thing not in that. And they just use people for their profits.
Yeah.
You are not part of it. You're not on the team. They are in cahoots. They operate like a cartel.
Yeah.
And healthcare should
And they're killing you in more silent ways.
Yeah, just because they're wearing suit and ties.
Right. I think that's why it's so confusing.
They're institutionalizing violence.
It's just
they say
really hard
it's
to
legal
understand.
to deny people for services that they purchase every
Like
month.
how else would United Healthcare have some kind of an investigation?
They wouldn't, exactly. They work with the investigators. They work with the government.
Yeah.
So,
and okay, yeah.
I keep cutting you off, but I'm almost. I'm almost.
Okay, go.
I forgot my point.
Okay, that's okay.
Wait, hold
Because I
on.
wanted to do a.
No, they keep cut. They. I forget.
That's okay.
No, but I wanted to say something.
It's okay, babe. Well, I'm
Hold
sure.
on, give me
it'll-
1 sec.
Okay.
They keep cutting you off. Oh yeah, because these
Scotty,
people.
no.
Because.
You know that Dr.
Because
Evil.
okay, please. I'm
Scotty,
quitting
no.
the pod. I
No,
actually am quitting the
babe,
pod.
no,
I'm not.
stop.
I can't. I can't speak
Is that
today. I
what
don't
he
know my
says?
words. I don't know my words.
Okay. No.
Because these people are wearing suits and ties and they look civilized and they
They look like they're there to help you.
because they're in suits and they literally institutionalize violence, by passing laws like, oh, we can deny people life-saving treatments. That kind of negligence kills people. But because it's done within the system, which is a violent system, it's okay. Then when somebody kills somebody on the street, we go, whoa, that's too far. They killed one person. When the person they killed has blood on their hands, is liable, at least in very large part, to a large amount of people being denied life-saving care.
Yeah.
That person has killed so many people because they didn't pull a trigger. That's not how they killed them. They slowly suffocated them. We don't take it as viscerally.
Yeah. No, that's a great way to put it, to kind of succinctly. I did bring people here today because I offered us to give them relationship advice. Should we
Perfect.
segue?
We have to segue, and you have to cut all of that.
No, I'm not going to cut it, babe.
No, I want to cut some of it. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
No, it's a great, and it's better. You're so educated on it that I
No,
wanted
but
somebody
I'm
else
not.
to talk about it.
When you don't have your words.
Well,
The
it's
essence
okay.
is
This
there.
is helping you. So the next time you talk about it, then you'll have this kind of
Bottom
as, like,
line,
laying the
anything
groundwork.
that brings people together on the
Yes.
real issues is important.
Yeah.
Whether you think Mangione, I don't care what
But
you think
nobody's
about
gonna
Brian,
listen to
United
it.
Health.
Nobody's gonna really listen to it. I feel,
But
because I feel
most
like we're
of our
still all at the
issues-
mercy.
Most of our issues are rich versus poor, and
Yeah.
this is one that's a big one for easy. That's easier for people to grasp because who isn't affected by health care?
Yeah,
Everybody is, and it's not working. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, you've been denied.
yeah.
All poor people have been denied.
Right. I know it's one thing we can agree on. How do you think our
So it's not right to
relationship
left,
is?
it's up to down.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Give me some.
Babe, I feel inarticulate today. She forced me to do this podcast last
I didn't
minute.
force. Please, how do you think our relationship is? Let's do a check-in.
I mean, I love our relationship.
Oh, what I was going to say is I think we're really supportive of each other's careers.
Oh, good.
Yeah, do you?
I agree. I mean, I'm doing your pod. I'm talking
know,
over
thank
you
you.
on your pod, which I
It's
hate.
okay. No, it's
like
okay.
The worst of my personalities are coming out right now. We were
That's
just fine. And now I'm like,
no, it's fine. I
nervous
think
or
I used to
something.
take it personally, but now it's
Oh.
actually helping me because then I know like when to speak up and to not be afraid. And I don't want to cut into you. I think we talked a good amount on Luigi and healthcare, and now we can switch. But I know you could talk about it forever, and you have really good points. But yeah, no, I think some of it sometimes, well, I was thinking people are like, somebody called in and asked, what do we fight about the most? Or what is something that like we kind of frequently fight about? I'm like, I don't know if it's any like one thing now, but I do think, well, we're just coming off of a Cabo trip and I felt so connected. I feel like I really like you after I had a good dream, but it's like
you said you had a good dream, but it ended up being kind of a bad dream.
Well, yeah, I was forced to go back on The Bachelor, but
She was going to go on The Bachelor, but she's dating me. And I'm like,
but
what
no,
the-
I was like, you guys, I can't. Like, even though I could have gone back on TV, they would have given me money. It's like, but I'm in love with Robby. I can't. And you were there waiting
Let's
in
say
the
that
wings.
predicament actually came up. They were like, we want you to be The Bachelor.
It just wouldn't work. We would need a different predicament. Like, I just wouldn't do The Bachelor.
I'd be like, go.
No, babe. No, you wouldn't. But yeah, no, I felt like it was just so nice being together for that like extended of a period, and now
We need 10 days anytime we go
I know
away.
we were thrown back into work, and I'm like, oh my God, I miss it. Like, how do we recreate vacation at home? Like, I loved going to sleep with you every night, and I still do.
Love
But
it.
I know, I think our biggest obstacle is going to be our careers.
Oh. For what?
Like staying close
Like all
in
like
a
that we're
relationship.
so busy.
Yeah.
So like, could you imagine people have kids? They both have
No,
careers,
and then they
have
go
kids?
9 to 5. It's like at least we're working at home together, and like
Yeah.
it's like I need a lot. I know I'm deeply emotional. I need a deep connection, which maybe is why like I can't always.
Sorry,
just
I
have-
talked over you before. Like I
Babe,
was still
that's
nervous.
okay.
You know, it takes me a second to
I
get
know,
into the
you
pod.
had a lot to say.
No, but also, and I felt like I talked like too long, and then I felt like cut off sometimes. But then I
No.
would cut off you on the cut. Like I felt like I was way too long winded. But it wasn't working.
Babe, that's okay.
Okay,
No, because people just like to hear you talk.
not really.
Yeah,
I was inarticulate.
One time my friend like texted me. She was like, I know this sounds weird, but I could hear Bobby talk about anything. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I know, but what about me?
Peaceful protest has not worked. If peaceful protests worked, we would continue to do it. But we've been peacefully protesting.
Yeah.
It's like Tupac
said
said,
it, not me.
Tupac said at one point, he gave an interview and he was just brilliant. I don't know if he was like 23 giving this interview or whatever, but he said, poor people in the beginning, they ask nicely for food. Like, hey, can we have some food? No. Okay. Then they ask again, like, oh, do we have food? Then they go outside the grocery. We want food. We want food. Okay, no food. Then they're like locked out of a store, or they're locked out of a hotel room where they can smell the food and they can see the food and there's tons of it and there's so much extra, and they're banging the door. Hey, can we have some food? We're asking, can we have some food? And then finally they got to break down the door and fucking get the food.
Yeah.
It's like we've been asking nicely for a long time, and maybe this won't do anything, but nothing does anything, so okay, it started a conversation.
Well,
That's something.
It is something. It's a big conversation.
That's something.
Yeah.
And we'll take scraps. It's all we are left with.
You've been thinking about this since the whole time I tried
Well,
to
it's like
segue.
we just had another school shooting. Nothing's been done. Somebody
Yeah.
said it best too, that if 26 rich white kids didn't end gun violence, i.e. Sandy Hook, when 26 rich white kids were killed in Connecticut, then nothing will. They're not going to care about brown or black kids. They never have. So we just love guns more than we love people, and that's just the end of it. Or we love killing people more than we like saving them.
Yeah. I know. I don't believe in the Second Amendment.
I don't understand the U.S. Constitution because
I
everything
know, babe,
is
come
called
on.
like
I
an
don't want to
amendment.
talk about the U.S. Constitution.
So then it's like, isn't amendment mean change? And then now we're
Yeah.
so like hesitant to change it, but amendment means change. At some point it was changed.
I know, but now they don't want to touch it anymore.
So,
There's
well,
more
well,
guns than there are people, they say, right?
Yeah,
So
of
they
course,
don't want to
but
go
it's
door
like-
to door and ask for their guns back. We're already too far gone, but that's okay. Let's talk about
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about sex, baby. Put on your yarmulke. It's time for Hanukkah. Put on your yarmulke. It's time for Hanukkah. So this is Christmas.
we play
And what have
Christmas
we
music at the country house when
done?
we're going to decorate the cabin, and we can't wait to go because we haven't gone yet. I feel
And
like
a
we haven't been in the Christmas
very
spirit at all.
Merry Christmas.
Robbie was like, "We'll go there. We'll put on your Mariah Carey."
We'll put
Because
on the
what
Mariah
other
Carey.
Christmas album is there besides
Hopefully
Mariah
Thursday
Carey?
we're gonna go get a tree.
I know, but we have a lot to do. And
No,
like
we don't.
6
You're gonna
days.
sit. I'm gonna make you tea, and I'll decorate like last year. You have nothing to do.
I know, but I want to enjoy Christmas. I want to look at the tree multiple times. I really want to feel like it. I feel like a week isn't enough. Maybe next year we should decorate the house for Christmas.
Okay.
In
Hopefully
addition,
we don't know where we're gonna live.
well,
That's our biggest issue. Is we still haven't found a place where we're both comfortable.
yeah.
That's the biggest issue. People want to know, but it was the same issue last time. What? What were you gonna say? The biggest issue is. We do this a lot to each other.
She hates the house. She hates it. And it's
I don't hate the house. I don't feel.
babe, and I'm seeing a different side of her. which I won't go into.
Go into it.
No, you said you didn't want me to.
I don't care. Go ahead.
You did. Well, Robbie's basically refusing to do any kind of a dish. as
Dishwasher does not
as
work.
like
She
some
goes to
kind
me,
of
she tells me-
rebuttal.
No, she tells me the dishwasher works. I show her literally a coffee cup with what looked worse coming out of the dishwasher. She's like, no, you just have to put it on this side. Like,
No,
there's
she
always
didn't. She
something.
had a bad pod. I had pods from Trader Joe's because none of the other ones would come in on time. And I swear to God, I'll clean up my stuff. I am doing that. I am very tit for tat. So, and then I'll watch her not clean up her stuff. I'm like, okay, this is clear that it's an act of defiance. We've lived together for 7 months. August, September, October, November, December, 5 months.
I live in your house.
I know, and
That's
I
a problem. When
understand.
you don't get a house together, it's like, there's nothing that is similar. Like, the dishwasher doesn't work or it has a finicky way of working. I'm like, okay.
You just have to put a better pot in it and rinse your dishes. You're one of those that's like, you don't have to rinse your dishes.
No, you don't have to rinse your dishes.
That's crazy, babe.
No,
That's wild.
Babe, the appliances, first of all, they're charging through the roof for this place. And the appliances are 30 years
They're
old
not.
and they don't work.
The
water
good
on
enough. How come I just don't have a problem with it?
Filtered water, we don't have any.
You're complaining about the dishwasher not cleaning the dishes. Meanwhile, you haven't cleaned a dish in 5
Babe,
months.
I have. You don't see. You
Babe.
leave your. You want to do this? You leave your babe. I don't want.
See?
You leave your laundry. Sorry, your suitcases. If we get back from anywhere, the suitcases in the middle of the floor of the living room for 2 to 3 weeks.
Babe, I was sick and it was 2 days.
I want to cut all this. I don't like this episode.
No,
I'm being
babe,
honest
stop.
with you.
No, it's okay because I
No,
still
I'm
love
gonna have
you
to watch this
anyways.
whole episode though.
No, totally. No, you're always amazing. And honestly, I don't care. Like, I am at the point in the relationship where I feel like every 6 months or so, I get a real solidifying feeling that
But
I'm
here's
here.
the thing, love.
But no,
No,
but
because
it's
you're
like,
making
I know,
it seem like
no,
I'm messy, but it's like
you're
you
not
saw how I
messy.
lived in my
I know,
house.
that's what, babe, I know.
Like, I'm
it's,
so
babe,
organized.
it's
and
loud
but
and
when I
clear, it's
don't
an
know
act
the
of
lay of the
defiance.
land, it's not. I'm just like, and we keep having a sense that we're
No,
moving. We're on the hunt. So
I know.
I'm not
I
getting too
understand.
comfortable.
I know. I get it. I understand. That's why it's like I bring it up in passing. We kind of laugh about it.
No, but I will be better with it. But
Yeah.
for a while I was doing the dishwasher wasn't working. It's super frustrating.
Okay, well, I got better pods, and it's annoying, but you do just have to clean it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. But it's okay. I genuinely believe that when we find a new place together,
I'm gonna be like,
excited
I'm
for
the
you.
cleaner.
Yeah.
Like people.
I hope you are.
I am. I have to
I
listen
also
back
like
to
to clean too. So it's like maybe we'll have a spotless house. I'm excited for you to have kind of free range to like
think I'm getting
decorate.
I think I'm getting sick.
You always think you're getting sick. If you have one bout of lethargy,
Yeah.
you're
I'm lethargic,
coming down
there's
with
no
something.
question.
I know.
I don't know. We may have to try and record tomorrow morning.
It's okay, babe. Let's
If we
just
have
get it. It's okay. I think we're good.
Okay, but if we have to.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
No.
Okay, let's get to the questions.
Okay. Okay. Okay, what's this one?
It's so funny that you all put this up because I was literally thinking, like, I wish I could ask Gabby for advice on this. But I am dating a man, and I've always known I was bisexual, but lately I've been wondering if I might be gay. But I've never been with a woman. So
If you're
would
wondering,
love
it's not
both of your
normal to
takes on
wonder.
this. Send help. What do I do?
You have to be with a woman. It's like not normal. Straight girls don't wonder this. They they don't wonder this.
Yeah.
Normal girls don't wonder this.
I remember the last time I hooked up with a guy and like not sex because I didn't want to. We were just like making out.
Blowjobs.
I don't like him. No, I don't give those either, babe. But I told him like straight up basically. I'm like, look, I want to date girls and I wish you were a girl. Like I remember thinking that vividly.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't terrible. He was a good looking guy.
It's fine.
You know? But it was like, that's when I knew. I was like, okay, I have to do this. And it was just like there, like in your subconscious or your conscious.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah, so
It's
just
like
date
it's like if you're
girls.
thinking about it, regular people aren't thinking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys aren't thinking, "Oh, I want to be with a man," unless they're gay, bisexual. And if you've thought you're bisexual and you've never acted on it, and now you're leaning even more gay, okay, you've had the male counterpart. Now, you dabble into the woman. Well, as far as this relationship, I don't know how long she's dating this guy or what, but
Yeah. I mean, if you
end it.
like him, if you think you, but I
It
think
doesn't
end
sound
it.
you like
Yes,
it. You're
totally.
calling
You're
into a
wondering about other
podcast
people.
to do this. If I was him, I would not be happy.
Babe, no, we appreciate your phone call.
Of course, we appreciate the phone call, but you have your answer.
Hi, Gabby. This is not a question. This is me just wanting to say that I am literally so obsessed with your podcast. I started listening after my girlfriend recommended it to me, and I'm so happy that I did. I follow both you and Robby, and I'm so happy that I do. It's just so nice to see like the super mask, super femme representation on like a celebrity scale. And my girlfriend and I always talk about how much you guys parallel us and like our relationship.
Cuties.
We started dating not that far apart, and so we're both just like obsessed with both of you, and so happy that you have this platform.
Aww. I thought that was so sweet.
It's very sweet. It's extremely sweet.
And they think we're celebrities.
Babe, we're the it couple. We are the it.
Self-proclaimed.
J-Lo and Ben, move over. There's a new it couple in town. Portia and Ellen, they live in the UK now.
Right.
So they're out.
So they're
who
no
else?
competition. They're not
No,
in the
but
country.
who else? Who else do we have? We have
I
your friend
mean,
Chriselle.
Timmy and Kylie. I love them. Sue me.
But
Sue
what
me.
dyke couples are there that are major?
Renee Rapp and Tower Bird.
Oh, yeah. And then there's also, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
there's
Has
also,
no idea who they are.
No, there's also Holland Taylor and Sarah Paulson.
Oh, yeah. That's a sick one.
Yeah. And then there's...
Who else? Oh, Francesca Fergaro. And she just had a baby, 2 twins with a trans guy.
It's pretty much us, but...
Yeah.
We're holding up the entire community at this point. I don't know if I'm the right example for this, but thank you for your call. And yeah, like when some people, I posted like our vacation pics and I'm topless in them because I cut my tits off. So there's nothing wrong with that. But some people are like, you know, like, you know, your tops, like people with the mask that she mentioned, the mask thing. It's like, oh, like, what's the difference? It's like, yeah, it's like I'm a girl, but something's wrong, right? Like regular girls don't think about cutting their tits off. Like something has gone awry.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a gender thing too.
No, hold on. Let me see.
Oh, good night, Nardo.
Schluffed.
Like me, I'm so tired.
I know, baby.
Got to plug in the printer and print.
Okay.
Hey guys, how are you? I have a question about gender expression on women loving women relationships, and I think that maybe Robby can guide me through it. I've been feeling quite dysphoric about my chest lately, and I think it has to do with the fact that I've been given strap-on sex more often now. I've always been a fan of strap-on sex. I've always felt like that was my thing. And I've been getting good at it. I've been enjoying it. I've been dating women that really enjoy it and want me to do that. And I don't know that if that has to do with the fact that I feel dysphoric, or maybe I've been feeling dysphoric my whole life. And now that I've been taking like this more, I don't know, I don't want to call it manly role in sex, manly, but I feel like for once in my life, I feel like my chest part doesn't align with how I feel when I'm strapping. I don't know. It's maybe confusing. I don't know how to explain it, but I wanted to know how Robby felt about this. If the sexual encounters that she had anything to do with the decision of having the top surgery and how you guys, deal with it, because I know that you guys like strap-on sex too.
I got to get better at it.
There's roles there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to unpack in your question. And I'll take this one unless you.
No, please. No, I can imagine. I feel what she's. Well, I can't because I'm not dysphoric, but it's like it maybe. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know if seeing like I don't know how anyone else would feel about it, but it's like if you are trying to, or if you feel like you're playing a more mask role and your titties are bouncing.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, you nailed it right there. But I'll say that for me, it was all the time. Like for me, I don't know that it had anything to do particularly with me in sexual experiences. Yes, I'm very, I was always more private and shy sexually in terms of undressing. So I would typically wear like a t-shirt with my strap or something when I had tits. Still sometimes I like to wear a t-shirt because I'm shy a little bit in that way. But I would say for me, it was kind of the day in and day out. Like I just wanted to, even scrolling on my phone, taking a bath, chilling on the couch. Like I just didn't like having a chest. I will say that I am somebody who did it probably a little bit later in life. I think it's a big decision. I mean, I'm not somebody who even has a tattoo.
How old were you?
I always thought to myself, I'll get there, but I was like 30. So not maybe late, but I know that people are getting 30? It very young.
Or you were later?
Yeah, no, 30. But
oh wow, yeah. So you've had it for a long time. Oh, why?
Yeah. Because I may be somebody who got it, because I did it kind of in my 30s. I don't know. I know people are getting it younger, but I'm somebody who doesn't even have a tattoo. So that's something I would think about. I used to think everybody's getting tattoos. This is how I know, people it's trendy. I'm like, well, tattoos everybody got, and I never got them. And they're certainly trendy. Which fair. Some people do get them for a trend, not. For me, I always, trying to think about me for personal decisions, obviously. So I thought, well, if I ever do want a tattoo, I'll think about it for a year. If I still want the tattoo in a year, then I'll get it. As soon as I heard about top surgery, I wanted it. I'm like, because by then I'd been wearing compression bras, like sports bras, maybe one or two.
Was it hard to breathe?
Yeah, it was very hard. It was always so tight. It was terrible.
It's like a waist trainer.
Yeah.
I used to, one time a nurse sold me one on one of my nursing contracts. She's like, you want a waist trainer? I was like, sure. So I wore it on my 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. It gave me anxiety. I was like, this is too anxiety. You can't breathe.
I would take it off. Taking off my bra felt way better than anybody else taking off their bra, I imagine. And then I moved to, there was such a good binder company that worked for a really long time. I think they were called CGB2 or something like that, where they made way more comfortable.
Not to be confused with House of CB.
Right. They made way more comfortable, or BCBG in Canada. But they made way more comfortable compression binders, so not quite a bra, flatter than that, but still comfortable. But still, I did for a long time. As soon as I heard about top surgery, I wanted it, but I didn't do it right away. I said to myself, well, if I wanted a tattoo, I'd wait a year to see if I wanted top surgery. 2 years. So I took 2 years. I was still binding, but during that 2 years, I researched it. I looked at everybody who's had it, problems with it, complications that could happen, good surgeries, bad surgeries, how insurance and healthcare and that nightmare works. So I had that time to do it, and I gave myself, okay, if you still, it wasn't egging on me anymore, because I said, if you still want it in 2 years, you'll get it. It was not
right when you feel like there's a fix and kind of on the horizon.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I really want it.
Right, your mind, it takes up less headspace because you're like, okay, well, I can fix this actually in a little bit, so we'll see if it's something.
I'm not going to do it the second I want something, because
that's
you have
impulsive.
To think it's a big. I didn't want it to feel impulsive, but then at the same time, I'm like, okay, it seems like even 6 months into wanting it, or 15 months into still wanting it, I was like, wow, you still really want it. We're not at the 2 year mark. So there's things like that. So, but for me, the sexual plays into it. I feel bad admitting this. I like to top and to strap, but I don't have a great rhythmic sensibility about me. I know people have seen me dance or, my version of dance, but I do want to get better at it. And I do think sexually, yes, my top has helped me, but also it's mostly like one of my favorite things about having top surgery. It's just putting a t-shirt on. Like I get out of the shower and I put a t-shirt on. It's the greatest thing. I will say, a lot of people, they're like, people.
Because did you ever not wear a bra? Would you ever just let them hang?
No. Yeah. At home. I relaxed at home. But a lot of people tell me like, oh, you post your top surgery or whatever. It influences other people to get it. I'm like, guys, that's actually not going to be a deterrent for me, because anybody who speaks to me about wanting top surgery, I'm like, it is way better than I even thought it was. You should get it. Like I will. And
why is that a bad influence? Why are people like going to tell you that you're a bad influence? What if it's a good influence?
Right. I will outwardly tell people.
They have to make their own decisions.
That like to get it. Like if you're thinking about it, I'm like, do it. It's way better than I even thought it was.
No,
and totally. In the end, for me, it was way better than I thought it was. Like I also had this thing about regret. Like let's say I regret it. And the way I worked that around in the 2 years that I was thinking about this is
you
like,
could just get implants.
I was so worried about regret, but I thought if I don't do it, I'll have regret too. Like if I keep my tits, I know this experience is not working for me. Like this experience with tits sucks. Let's say I get top surgery and it sucks. Okay, we're back to square one. It sucked both ways. So top surgery at least gave me the option. Maybe it won't suck. I knew this sucked. And I'd been living a long time with it sucking. So top surgery, if it did suck, okay. Then we're back to where we were. So the regret piece was like worked out for me. I do think, if you're young or you're not sure about how you want or whatever, great. I think
like everything, it's better to make those decisions when you're older.
I also had almost no nipple sensation before. Like I wasn't somebody who like nipple play, like if my nipples were touched, it's nor here nor there for me. Like it's never done anything. So for me, I knew there was a loss of feeling, which I didn't end up having so much of, because my chest was always, it was average size. I wasn't huge and I wasn't tiny. I was like a B. And they've gotten very good at microsurgery and connecting the nerves. So my feeling is okay. But I know for some people who are masked and they want to fuck, they also love their nipples being touched. So it is a problem for them. They have to look at, there are different kinds of top surgery that can preserve. But you have to think about it. But I wouldn't say that it was just sex. And sex.
It's more like the dysphoria. Like it just
it's more the day in and the day out. Yes. Like I would do it,
But maybe that's the first sign. Well, because the caller that we had, maybe it's like maybe she's got, I don't know what, like what a queer journey has been like, but maybe this is like a first time. Then maybe she doesn't know that she feels like it all the time, or maybe it is just during sex.
Yeah, and give yourself, and what you can do during sex is you can wear a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You can, you can feel better if you can try and get comfortable with your body. That's always the first thing.
If you're afraid of what somebody else thinks, like because it's more when she's like strapping playing the mask role, then it's like just ask them. But I wouldn't care.
What do you mean more what they think?
Like the person you're having sex with.
No, I think for me it would feel more. Sex to me is so mental that if I'm strapping, I want to feel like more mask. Like I get that. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just want to feel as much you as you can when you're doing sex because it's so intimate.
Yeah.
But I was going to say something.
Seriously in your yarmulke.
I was going to say something.
That's okay, babe. We have more questions.
I want to hold on.
Babe.
There was one more to her thing. It was like, but.
Okay, baby. It'll come back to you. If it comes back to you, let me know.
Hold on.
Babe, no.
Hold on. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so my question is, Gabby, knowing that you have dated men in the past, most notably in front of the U.S. on TV, how do you and Robby, make sure that there's security in your relationship around you wanting to be in a queer relationship and that this is what you ultimately want, knowing that Robby is not a cis male? Would love to know kind of how you go about that? And if, assuming you do feel secure, what's led to that?
We were kind of talking about this the other day with a friend, and this girl being like, well, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to this lesbian relationship because I'm still struggling with like my bisexuality.
Oh, right.
But I feel like in a relationship, it's just not, I understand definitely. And everyone knows I change my mind all the time. I'm in a different part of lesbianism every 5 seconds. But for me, it's just like we're in a relationship. It's kind of, which I don't want to simplify too much, but it's like if you're worried about someone stepping out, I don't think it's going to be because of gender. Right. It's going to be because of their personality. But I feel like I'm just so in the relationship that, yeah, I guess I just like don't see the gender. And I'm so happy with you that I can't believe I get to live a happy relationship.
I love it too. I mean, for me, the way I explain it is like, I think people are very curious about me being insecure about Gabby wanting hot guys or something like this. And for me, I actually feel like if you're into me, you're kind of fucked. Like, I feel like I'm such a rare breed. Like, what is even going on with me? What is this even? That if you're into this, there's not much. Like,
I'm into
like
it,
I
all
could
right.
be into Gabby for many reasons. I understand why the world loves Gabby. I could be into her because she's brilliant or beautiful or funny or sexy or all the things. If you're into me, you're really just into me.
Babe,
like
you're
there's
sexy
no frills.
And brilliant.
But I'm just saying it's like, I understand why the world might be into you, but Gabby has some type of mental illness that makes her into me. And it's such a particular flavor and taste that I'm like, actually, I feel fine. Like,
and I would take it over and over again.
I feel security. I'm like, she's into me. Like, if you're into me, I'm like so secure because I'm like, there's something. Like that's it's like say, cilantro or something.
I will say, like, back to her question, whatever, how are you dealing licorice. With like not dating a cis man? It was something that I've dealt with. Oh. I'm like, but I feel like, I don't know if it was like internalized homophobia almost, where I'm still like, there was a part of me that's like, oh, I still felt the need that I'm not, haven't been completed without being with a man, like it would still give me my worth. But it's gotten better the longer we've been together. Like every time I'm around heterosexual couples, like on our trip in Cabo, I'm like, oh, I actually feel like being with you is a relief, because I never felt like that was right, and I hated chasing it, and I hated feeling the pressure. I'm sorry, I had something stuck in my throat.
I just think the weirdest
thing...
But
it didn't happen, like, I know I'm being whatever blasé about it, but it didn't happen overnight. I dealt with, like, a lot of it in the beginning. But actually, and sometimes I would, like, dream about it. It would be, like, nightmares. Yep. So having, like, the good dream where I was like, no, I don't want any of this, I feel like was actually so refreshing and, like, just made me feel good.
Yeah, I don't know. I can... And I just let her just deal with that on her own. Like, it had nothing to do with me. Like, I don't know. It's never... While we're in a relationship, we're also on our own journees. We have a journey together, and we're on our own.
Unfortunately, I want to be together. Only one journey. I could wear your skin.
Yeah,
give it to me.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess it's to Gabby's earlier point too. Like, is she worried I'm into girls? Is she worried I'm gonna like other girls?
Mm-hmm. I'm not worried you're gonna like other girls. I'm worried that naively you will get into a situation that will end in disaster.
What do you mean?
Well, because sometimes girls DM you, or I swear are interested in you, and you're like, no, babe, it's just this. Like one time you had a DM early on when we started dating, and you're like, who's this girl? She's one of your friends. I'm like, I don't know that girl.
Yeah, her friends were adding me. So
No, but it was like she was gorgeous. She had blonde hair. Like she was clearly just sliding into your DMs.
But like using Gabby, like, so I don't know.
But it's like you have obviously a lot of girlfriends too. So I just so you know, I always have one eye open.
Well, by the way, just so
because
just so
you're kind of naive about it.
Because so you all know. Gabby is in my phone 20 foot. Like if I'm writing literally anyone, my sister, any DMs, I do get DMs and I get DMs about comedy too. She's right there.
Oh, it's so crazy. I do that to my friends too, though. Does it bother you?
No. But also you're like, yeah, sometimes she's like, don't message that girl back. I'm like, okay, goodbye. Like, I just don't care what's going on at all.
No, yeah.
Well, and people know not to fuck with me. When somebody hit on me, and I wrote back to them, I said, I'm in a very happy relationship.
Somebody hit on you?
Like somebody early on wrote me a message like, if it doesn't work out with Gabby or whatever, I said, so rude.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like that you're not rooting for me.
Right.
Like I took it like it's not giving what you think it's giving.
No. And that's like, I feel like that's like straight behavior. I'm always surprised to see this kind of behavior in lesbianism, but it's like, it just happens. Me saying lesbianism like it's an illness.
It is an illness. It's something very wrong.
Okay, let's see.
Hi, Gabby and Rube. So I have been with my boyfriend now for a year and a half.
Sorry to hear.
We have a baby who is crying right now. We got pregnant after 4 months together. We're so happy. We love each other. We love our baby. Everything's great, except for the fact that I had my bi awakening while we were together.
It's not going great. You're keeping up appearances.
Monogamous. So
wait, rewind a
what
little
do I
bit, 'cause
do?
I talked over
I
her.
just have to like flick my bean to scissoring porn now for the rest of my life? What's your advice? Thank you.
I love the expression flick your bean, by the way.
Because that's my favorite. Gabby flicks my bean.
I don't know. I guess I just don't know, because I feel like my awakening came at such a good time, literally on the couch, when I was like, I wish this was a girl and I was not in a relationship and I was able, and then I found you right away. So it feels like kismet.
I found you.
And
lying on the floor. You found me.
So
it's gonna be me.
So I don't know. I don't want to make anything, but it's like, you guys, you're always giving up something, whether you're giving up the pussy or giving up the dick to be in a relationship.
You're giving up to be in a relationship. That's the whole thing. It's like, it's kind of so weird, because I'm like, you're so happy, but it's like,
but you feel like something's missing. So maybe, you're not that happy.
Maybe you're not that happy, but also it's the kind of thing that, like, I guess I've spoke to this in somewhat, like, I think I'm okay dealing with temptation. I grew up kosher. All I wanted was a nugget. All I wanted was a McDonald's nugget. If I could get a nugget, I was happy. All the non-Jewish kids down the block, they'd go down. They'd have Happy Meals. I thought, I want to be happy. Why can't I have a Happy Meal? Okay. I would get a waft of their nuggets, dipping into honey, whatever it was doing. And I would want that. And then I would go inside my house. My mother would have stew or meatloaf or God knows what. And even though it wasn't my desired meal when I was 8 years old, I was full and satisfied, and the temptation left me. I didn't think about the nugget for the rest of the night or whatever until maybe a few days later. So I'm very good with not having everything I want, but having most of what I want.
Do you have everything you want now?
Yeah, but I think that what you give up when you're in a relationship is like, some people, they struggle. They want to have their cake. Like they want to be in a relationship and they want to have a hookup. A lot of gay men have this arrangement where they've worked it out, and I think it's a man's. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not for the faint of heart. Yeah. This is for gay men. Be in a relationship and have your cake and eat it too. I think lesbians, you're monogamous to the day you die. We're penguins. We're together. Nobody's going fucking nowhere. You're not looking nowhere. Okay, and then straight people get to cheat. That's what you have, okay? Gay people get to have the open relationship, whatever. So, but in every relationship, you're giving up encounters with other people. That's what a committed relationship. That's the hard part, I guess, of the commitment, beyond all the stuff about getting to know somebody and really factoring somebody into your life and becoming one. But the kind of, what are the factors? The external factors are you're giving up other encounters. So I think it goes back to Gabby's previous answer to the prior question about, like, you just want to be like girl or guy. If you want somebody else, like, right, you have to, like, maybe in like the forefront of like the very front part of your lobe, it's like, oh my God, my life is so much more complicated because I like both genders. So now it's like I can't choose. But also it's just like, if you're monogamous, you can only be with one person. And if you don't want to be with that person, date around, see. But here's the whole thing with dating around, seeing. It's like, we think the grass is greener. Like, I think there's something very worthwhile in a long-term commitment. I agree. I think the love and the depth and security and
which people said, like, they kind of like gaslit me. They're like, oh my God, you're self-sabotaging because I couldn't like be in a relationship with someone for maybe longer than 6 months, and on paper they were fine, but I'm like, I just can't do it. And then finally I found someone who I really want to be in a relationship with, and like we go to therapy, we actively work on it,
like we really
but it keeps getting better.
But like, we wanted to keep getting better. You know, we both watched couples therapy when we first started dating, and we kind of floated the idea, like literally weeks into dating, like, you know how they say you're supposed to do therapy. Yeah, how many months? Like 3 months. Yeah, we were like, it was saying this is why you should do therapy when you're good. And obviously we were madly in love, but we were both in a financial bracket where we could afford to do therapy. So I'm not saying it's like, I understand that, but it's like, it actually makes us, like, we got to have one of our first fights, like with a therapist, which just felt like really good. But some people don't think that that's a worthwhile endeavor. They want, you know, they want the immediacy, the short term, whatever it is. And I can't wait to see, what does 10 years of love look like? What is 15 years? I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I think it's a worthwhile pursuit. I think there's the case for you, if you do leave this man in your family, that you'll end up, you know, getting your bean flicked off a couple times and being like, oh my God, but I gave up this deeper, harder thing. Something that's hard oftentimes can be very worthwhile. And it can be a very hard life also to just go from bean flick to bean flick to bean flick. That's a very lonely life too. Yeah. So there's definitely, I think when we're happy or stable or content, there's always an impetus to look for something wrong or to focus on that thing.
But also always here on Long Winded, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
But it's okay to have a longing and let that be a longing.
Right.
If it gets too serious, talk about it.
Figure out. You'll know. And I'm a firm believer in, like, you'll know when you know. It's like people who don't want to break up with their partner. It's like, okay, don't do it right now, but you'll know when you need to. Well, it always comes.
It's like that couple that we were speaking about that you alluded to before. It's like, you know, this person was like somewhat cheating. You know, they were realizing, you know, they were with a woman and realizing that they might be bisexual and want a guy and whatever. And they were like not cheating, but emotionally cheating with this guy and spent some time IRL with this guy and whatever. And it's like, it's much harder to keep the peace in the relationship. Some people, whether we grew up in chaos, sometimes we don't realize that it's actually easier to live in chaos if you grow up in chaos, that the drama, you feed drama into your life. You might have a stable partner
every day living together.
Yeah, but
it's fun drama.
You might have a partner and you might be always wanting, some people are always chasing the drama subconsciously. They're like, why is everybody mad at me? Why am I always having fights? Why this? But they might have a security in keeping the drama. But there's actually something a lot more dramatic, and that is keeping the peace, keeping the relationship is its own drama. Yeah. And it's not the chaotic drama. It's the hard-earned drama, but it's as dramatic in a better way. Keeping the peace is as dramatic, but it's the harder thing to do. It's the harder drama to maintain. No, and it's easier to do the blow up.
I think you just have to know that about yourself too, because I felt like that in the beginning of our relationship, and I'm like, no, I'm not one of those people who just like feels safe in quiet and comfort and contentment. But then sure enough, so it's actually like possible to change. And I mean, today I cried in bed because I was so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm like having those feelings were worth like working for and everything that we've been through, because normally I don't give a fuck.
No, we give so much of a fuck about each other. Like we'll do, like if we hear there's something good to do for your relationship, we did. On my birthday, she did some type of reading. Because we were like, oh, we're liking the therapy. And then she did some reading, which, remember on my birthday?
You didn't like that,
No, I didnn't like this lady. Because it was my birthday and I wanted to just spend it with Gabby.
Okay, let's do one more maybe. Let's just try one more.
But like, we're always into maintaining the drama of our relationship, which is a really great drama.
Hi, Gabby. I'm really sick right now, so I sound crazy, but I just wanted to say that I love you and I think that you're the best thing to come out of the Bachelor franchise.
Couldn't agree more.
So I've been dating my boyfriend for about 2 years now, and he's seriously the kindest man, and I have a lot of trauma with men, and so he's just so gentle and like kind with me, and I don't know, he's just everything I've ever wanted in a man. But sometimes he can be a little bit like he hasn't really explored the world and hasn't really gone outside a lot. Like he comes from a small town and he's not had a lot of exposure to things, and I just wanted to know if there's anything I can do to like change that, because I want to marry this man, like, and I want to travel with him, but it feels like his job and with everything he's doing right now, it's like it's not really like in the future, the soon-ish future, and I don't know, how do I navigate this? Because I love him so much, but I'm someone who wants to travel the world, and he talks about how he wants to too, but I've traveled to Hawaii with him before, and he's just like scared of the ocean and all this stuff, and it's just, yeah, I don't know what to do. Thank you so much.
I mean, how important is that to you? You know, I don't know if it's deal breaker. You have to decide what's deal breaker or what's not, you know, in any relationship, like Gabby was saying earlier, it's always a compromise. Anything that you do has a compromise to some extent. Ideally, the positive outweighs by far. You know, if this is like the highest thing on your list that you need to travel the world or something, you know, I probably lean more to your boyfriend. I'm not somebody, we just went to Mexico and I loved it, but I'm not somebody who has that like travel bug.
But you naturally travel for work. We travel a lot.
Travel a lot.
I'm kind of on the opposite side. You sound young and you will find another boyfriend who's nice.
Oh.
If this is something
she wants to marry him.
Okay, well, right now, but I don't know if this is important. I mean, my thing that I'm kind of getting like taken away from it is like she's afraid to live a boring life, and I can really relate to that. And I feel like however much I will bitch and complain, I'll come here after every trip and tell you how terrible it is. I do like to see it, and I feel like getting out of, and I know it's not feasible for everybody, but they'll be like, oh no, kind of like stuck, like going through it. They like know everybody in the town. I'm like, I know it's expensive and it can be, but try and move to a bigger city. Even like, you know, sometimes I wish I could have spent more time in New York when I was younger. Yeah. So I feel like it teaches you so much. And it's just not boring. There's so much life there. Right. But yeah, no, but there's a lot of nice dudes in the world.
Okay,
so.
well, but if you do love this man, I would say this is the first thing. And this is the first thing for a lot of the calls we got today. Did you tell your boyfriend everything you told us?
You got to talk to him about it. Yeah. Yes.
Did you tell him everything? Tell him all that. Tell him this is something that's been weighing on me. This is something that's really important to me. Can we get a plan going that we can have a trip maybe next year? Can we start putting a little bit of money away every month that we can try and make a trip happen next year and travel with him? If you're willing, if you're willing to be patient and you want to marry him and he's not averse to going somewhere, then maybe really talk to him about it. This actually is a bigger deal than I realized it was to me. And I would like to explore. I understand you're not well versed or whatever, and I'm happy to be your guide to show you more about the world or whatever. You know what I mean? You can take the reins on that and be like, will you come with me? Will you make efforts to, if you're working a ton, to put some money away for this?
It's like life experience. Like I get it. You kind of like, you want that. I feel like you have a ton just like living in your childhood and stuff. And I love hearing about it. I love being around somebody with life experience.
No, exactly. But if you're young, you don't have, you know, if you're young, maybe you don't have so much life experience and it'll come with experience.
Hi, Gabby. I kind of have a situation where my on-again, off-again ex started hooking up with this girl who's a friend of his that hates my guts. So I decided that I would get a little revenge and start trying to hook up with her brother.
We love you.
Little did I know I was going to be hooking up with my on-again, off-again ex as well. And it feels like it's starting to get messy. And I feel like I should not get revenge on people and just focus on inner peace. But I don't know what to do.
That doesn't sound like you.
Should I just focus on the brother? Should I leave everybody alone? Should I have a real conversation with my ex? I don't know. Please help.
On and off again ex, this is nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not like
no, let it crash and burn.
This is not
you need something to talk about.
Yeah, and you don't need, if you're single,
have fun.
You're able to do whatever you want to do.
I love mess.
And that's that. Be safe and just whatever. Like, you're not married. The on and off again ex, like that, it's over. If he's left you once, it's done. If you left him once, it's done. Okay. So I don't know. I don't really see who hurts here?
Yeah, let's
Is
see
it
what
you
happens
guys?
in the end.
Who's going to be hurt? The friend? You? Like they're
We
all
don't care about
everybody's
men's
open.
feelings. Yeah, no, it's
no,
fine.
no.
I think you should just keep doing you. See, call back with the outcome, please. I'm
If it blows up,
invested.
call us back.
Yeah, please.
We're following closely.
Yeah. Okay. On that note.
Okay, I am Robby Hoffman. Follow me on everything.
And
My
Merry
podcast, Too Far, will hopefully be coming back in the new year. We have a couple episodes banked. There's some logistical issues we've got to work out. There's some politics behind the scenes. But I am Robby Hoffman on Instagram, and this is my my girlfriend, Gabby Windy, who I love very much. And I was very nervous when I first started talking on this podcast. It takes me a second.
Babe, you're our favorite guest. Everybody loves you.
No, not when I'm talking
no,
over and doing nonsense.
Yes, always.
And not articulate about my thoughts.
We bring you on purpose because all of us need to be educated. You're so smart.
No, but I'm not but I'm not here to mansplain and educate.
You're not
and talk at you or talk at anyone.
It's fine on a podcast. That's
okay,
why.
Well, I love you and everybody loves you.
I love you.
Merry Christmas.